Shalom, Mishpahah, Shalom. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful this morning. I want to get into a quick lesson. I'm going to try to make this under 15 minutes if I can, family, so bear with me. This lesson is going to be about do not prostitute thy daughters. And I'm going to try to get a deeper understanding for the brothers and for the sisters in this lesson. And it may make a few of you guys uncomfortable. I'm talking about on both sides, men and women, because again, I think we're all responsible for the condition that we're in. See, we like to blame everything on everybody else, but we don't like to take responsibility. It's probably like pointing a finger at the other nations and stuff like that. But again, you know, it's a culture that we have accepted. So let's go to Leviticus 19. And again, like I said, we'll try to give a deeper understanding of this here. Leviticus 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughters, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land be filled with whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. That's what has happened to us as a people. We have let the music, we have let the television, we have let peer pressure, we have let all these things breathe into us a culture of whoredom. We treat our women like whores, we treat our women like bitches, we treat our women like trash, like tramps. But at the same time, a lot of the sisters, they put themselves in the position to be treated like whores, tramps, bitches, and stuff like that. You know, so when it talks about do not prostitute thy daughter, it's just not talking about your physical daughter. It's talking about the women of our nation. It's talking about, you know, our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, you know, our daughters, so on and so forth. But what happens, family, that's an ideology that's out there. And that ideology is just when a man has sex with a woman, that's marriage. Now, when you understand and you start applying law, sex is more than marriage. First of all, a man should be going to an elder, that woman's elder, to ask for her hand in marriage. Secondly, there's inheritance that are involved. So in other words, there's something for something, or this man has to work off his debt. You know, well, a lot of these brothers are not putting anything on the table. They're not putting up any work. They're not putting up any inheritance. They're not putting up any money. They're not putting up anything. They're just having sex with these women, and that's marriage. And a lot of you sisters fall for that, you know, because again, y'all let these idiots teach y'all, and it sounds good, but you're not looking at law. Once you apply law, like I tell brothers, I've said this before, when you understand contractual obligations, your word is bond, your word is a contract. A lot of these men are not presenting their word. They're not standing on their word because they haven't promised you anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a written contract, but there should be some kind of verbal or some kind of agreement set forth. But there is none, because you have been told that sex is marriage. You know what I'm saying? But what's that say? There should be something for something. That's the way a contractual obligation works. Something for something. But in this world of whoredom, you're getting something for nothing. At least a prostitute, at least she's getting some money for something. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with you sisters is you don't value your body. You don't value your body. You value that. You value that money, and that money really has no value because you don't understand that there is no money. That's a whole nother subject. I'm not even gonna beat on that right now. It's a whole nother subject. But anyway, once you understand inheritance, and Israel's greatest, when Israel was at its greatest, you know, when it had land, when it had cattle, servants and stuff like that, those things were at stake. But being that a lot of these brothers are so lazy, they won't even wipe their own ass, you know, they don't have nothing to lose. But in them having nothing to lose, what they're doing, they're causing us to lose everything. because they're creating not only whores, but they're creating whoredom in Israel. Because the same mindset you have now is going to be the same mindset you have in the kingdom. So that's why that spirit has to be either dealt with today, or it's going to be dealt with before you even get in the kingdom. And on that day is going to be judgment. So anyway, understanding that there's inheritance involved, you know what I'm saying? Now we have just raised the stakes, because a wise brother that have something to lose, he's not gonna lose. If he's smart, he's not gonna lose everything he have for a piece of ass, especially when that woman doesn't even fit the criteria. Now, what are the criteria? Let's stay in Leviticus. Let's go to Leviticus 21. Let's go to Leviticus 21, and we're going to start off at verse 1. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, Salakia, and Yahweh said unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother, and for his sister a virgin. Because if the sister's not a virgin, that means she should be married. We know that his mother was married because his mother and his father had him. His mother and father had him, you know. And we know his daughter. If his daughter is living in his house, she better be a virgin. She better not be going around talking about she have boyfriends or sex is marriage. Because if sex is marriage, then she need to be in that dude's house who she having sex with. But if she understood her value, let me repeat that again. If she understood her value, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. If she understood her value, she would not be going with some Negro telling her sex is marriage. Because what did he remember? Something for something. Something for something. What did he give up? Because our forefather Jacob, he worked for 7 years. These Negroes ain't giving up nothing. So what is his brother giving up? I mean, if he don't have nothing, did he go talk to her father or her elder? You know what I'm saying? Again, see, this is when you women allow yourself to be manipulated by a man, and you don't have a righteous elder or your father over you protecting you. That's your covering. That's what the scripture is telling you now. That this man, he can cover his mother because she's elderly. He can cover his father because he's elderly. He can cover his daughter because his daughter is righteous. He can cover his sister because his sister is a virgin. I just gave you sisters a clue. I'm giving you sisters a clue, trying to help you out. Let's jump down. Let's jump down to 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto Elohim. So this man should not be taking a woman that is put away from her husband, right? Let's jump down to verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaned her father, she shall be burnt with fire. Again, letting you know that this daughter is not going to profane her father. She's not going to do that because she's in his household. And any brother that want to marry her, he's going to come to him, and they're going to talk about the arrangements, the marriage arrangements, or is he going to work it off, or what kind of dowry he's going to pay. But a lot of you sisters want to go from man to man to man. Let's edify that. Let's edify that. Give me 1 second. Tell you what, let's just edify that. Then we're gonna come back to this. Let's edify that. Let's go to 1 Timothy 5, and we're gonna start off at verse 3. Honor widows that are widows indeed. But if any widow have children or nephew. Now, so if you women, if y'all have any children, you know, you're supposed to be dealing with these children at your house, okay? Let them learn first and show piety at home, okay? So you're supposed to be dealing with your household because you're a widow. You know, if your sisters have been put away from your husband, the same thing should apply to you. You should not be going to get another man. You should be dealing with your children at your house. You should be working at your house. If you raise this young man, the young man up at your house, that young man, he can cover you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and read a little further. Where was I? Okay. And to require their parents, for that is good and acceptable before Allahayim. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusts in Allahayim and continues in supplication and prayer day and night. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, because she's going from man to man to man instead of depending on Yahweh or raising her household, dealing with her household. Because again, let's edify that. Okay, left verse 7. And these things give in charge that they may be blameless. See, you want to be blameless, sisters. But if any provide not for his own home, and especially for his but if any provide not for his own home, especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel. Let not a widow be taken until the number under 80 years old, having been the wife of one man. So again, sisters, this is the point. You keep going from man to man to man instead of you not to see. This is why a lot of you sisters, like I said, the same thing that you have went through, you're teaching that behavior to your daughters. You're teaching that same behavior to your sons, because now your sons are going to treat women the same way you have been treated. Instead of you letting him be, instead of you dealing with your household and pray to the Most High. Let the Most High fix that. You know, don't keep on trying to live in the world, well, going from man to man to man, because a man is not supposed to be taking a woman that's defiled. And I know some of y'all probably say, well, that only supposed to be for the priest. You remember the prophecy? The prophecy is that all the men are going to become priests of the Most High. All the men are going to become priests of the Most High. So again, like I said, family, I want to make this short. I don't want to go too long. I mean, I could go over other scriptures. Maybe I'll do a part 2. But with that being said, family, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. With that being said, hey, as usual, peace, love, shalom.